All right, hello everybody. I wanted to record this video for all of you because one of the common questions we get with the Keltner bells is, I love the fact that you mentioned that I can trade this in 10 to 15 minutes per day, but do you have to dictate what time of day or night works for me? Because we literally have people in over 100 countries around the world. So the answer is always definitely not. You can go ahead and trade what fits your schedule. And we get this concern a lot from people who are outside the US, so Europe, Australia, Asia, other places. And I wanted to show you here this morning, and this actually when I'm recording this is October 24th, and kind of show you what was available in normal business hours, GMT. So either before somebody goes to work, European hours, or a little bit after. And there really is great opportunities regardless of whether you can trade during US hours or in the evening in the US or in the morning in Europe. So lots of flexibility overall. One thing I do suggest if you're watching this on YouTube, in the bottom right hand corner there should be a little gear. Try to click that and go ahead and select the highest resolution that you can, maybe the 720 if it's available, because the chart will be crystal clear if you do that. So this is the Euro New Zealand, and this was a setup that was available this morning. You can see the big plus sign. That's going to be telling you to go long at 1.6402. So you get exact entries, an exact target of 1.6522. And by the way, it's 120 pips. We stress this a lot in the Keltner bells. This is not about trying to squeeze out a living on 5 or 10 pips and getting eaten alive on pip spread. I mean, this is a trade that we're looking to get 120 pips on, and not something that I'm looking to risk an awful lot either. I'll have an initial protective stop, but we can typically cut the risk fairly quickly on our next check of the market. So it's not uncommon at all for me to get rid of all the risk the next time I check on the market, later in the day or at night or the next day. So all we have to do at this point, by the way, is if we're trading this, and this could be anywhere, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock GMT in the morning, 7 o'clock, this trade was there, is just place the buy stop, add in a little bit of spread because you want to account for that. And in advance, if you use MetaTrader, it's super easy, right, to place the target and the stop in advance. And you can even give it a time of day to cancel if you follow our rules. If we don't get filled by a certain time, we cancel the trade. So all that can be done automatically, and you do not have to monitor this trade. So whether it keeps going down and doesn't trigger, or this happens and it actually triggers, and this could literally be an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours after you place the order, you're fully protected because you already placed your target and your stop in advance because all that information was given to you. So you may be at work during this time or maybe sleeping during this time, and as the market marches higher, we literally got a target hit. This one didn't take long. I mean, this only took about 5 hours to go 120 pips, but most people suffer for 5 hours trying to monitor a trade. You really want to set these trades and walk away. That is the mantra of Keltner Bell. Set it and walk away. Do not try to live through every single pip up or down. Now, not every trade is going to go in 5 hours. Some will only take an hour or two, and you know what? Some could take a couple days. But it doesn't matter. Even if the trade went against us, and obviously not every trade is going to work like this, you'll always have a stop. So if we're wrong about the trade, you'll get out, and you'll get out with a loss. Most of the time, we're able to reduce the risk and just take a partial loss. So the next time we have a winning trade, we more than make up for it. Let's take a look at some more opportunities that were just from the same morning, this morning, in various markets. Okay, so this is another market that we like, the Euro Aussie. And you notice I'm not necessarily just showing you Euro US and Pound US. Everybody always defaults to those pairs. But I want you to really be opening your eyes quite a bit with the Keltner bells and expand your horizons. A lot of the pairs are just easier to trade or have more sustained moves. So this was another setup that was available in advance. If you're trading this, like I said, normal GMT market hours, you've got everything you need. We give you the exact long entry price, 1.4324. The exact target, and once again, this market's going for 120 pips. Okay, not every market goes for that. We have some that go for more than that. We have some that go for less, but it's always tuned to the market's volatility, which is also very nice about Keltner bells. Now, by the way, this one triggered, as you can see, 5 o'clock in the morning New York time, so about 10 o'clock GMT, right? Perfect for people outside the US. And as of right now, it has not yet hit target. So let's just say that I was checking on the market right now. You see the original stop was right here. Do you know where I can actually raise the stop to? And we're going to teach you this in the training. I'm going to be able to raise the stop all the way up to, let me just look at it here, right here, and I'll teach you the formula on that. So look what just happened if you raise the stop here. You're now guaranteeing yourself profit, right? Because you entered here and you're going to get out here. Now, it may whip back around and go to full target, but what's the worst case that's going to happen here? A trade that initially had some risk here has no risk, and in fact, it actually is able to lock in profit, only going 2/3 of the way to the full target. So a really nice position to be in, correct? I did want to show you the last two charts were range bars, and this is Renko bars. And by the way, if you're on MetaTrader 4, we provide you with the plugins to actually chart with Renko and range, which does not come standard in MetaTrader. Normally, you got to spend $150 or so to do that. We actually include that free of charge as part of the MetaTrader. It's one of the nice bonuses. If you're in TradeStation or NinjaTrader, these bars come standard, and we do not trade with time intervals because we get a much better outcome doing things differently than what most people do. I just wanted to show you this pound New Zealand because the same thing, very similar type of setup, and not that long ago it hit the full target. And in this case, pretty substantial target, as you can see on the long entry. Let me just kind of scroll down here a little bit. 1.9281, and we're going all the way up to 1.9416, so 135 pips in this example. Now, not every trade works out, okay? I don't want to present to you that we expect every trade just to work perfectly for us. So one thing that can sometimes happen is we can have something that we call getting in sync with the market, meaning we didn't catch the trade initially, but it pulled back to an entry for us. And this would have happened this morning as well, and we fill following our rules, and it ends up hitting the stop. I mean, that does happen, right? So you saw, I showed you 3 trades in a row that hit full target. Well, here's an example of a trade that hits a protective stop. Let me show you one that sometimes is a different example where we end up reversing. So this one is the pound yen, and notice we got long on this trade yesterday. It did pretty well overnight. This is all overnight on the 24th, or really the morning of the 24th if you're talking US hours, and it ended up reversing. It did make the target up here, but it ends up reversing and taking a small profit, and right now we don't know really how this trade's going to end up. The good news is next time I check this, which would be later in the day, I will be able to cut the risk substantially from here all the way down to here. So worst case on this trade should just be a partial loss, and the really nice recipe for success with the Keltner bells is just what you saw: full targets, full targets, full targets, some partial targets, some partial losses, and most of our trades don't even go to the full protective stop. We usually can do it on a reduced risk. So I really wanted to record this short video to give you an idea of the examples and the opportunities that are available regardless of what time zone you're available in the world. So make sure you go to keltnerbells.com, get the full demonstration of what the methodology can do and how you can get started learning exactly everything you're seeing on the screen in your Forex swing trading. So any questions, of course, as always, please let me know. Thanks for listening.